Aloha folks, and welcome to Kimo's Oh No Grinds again. Today we're going to make a Loco Moco. I know there's 50 million recipes out there for it, but this is my version of it. And actually I've cut some Spanish onion in it. I'm just going to put it in a bowl. Also we're going to do some hamburger. I let it get to room temperature a little bit and just put it back in the bowl and do. And then of course you need to wash your hands just because you're playing with raw meat. And if, like in my other videos, we don't want no sickness in the house. Because I do pick my nose.
Kimo.
I don't, at least not when I'm cooking. Okay, so we did that. And I'm gonna put a little bit of fresh garlic in it. Just a little bit, maybe a half a teaspoon. Half a teaspoon, like that. You can use powder if you wish, or you can omit the garlic. You can use onion powder instead of fresh onions. I'm also gonna put a little bit of sea salt and some ground pepper. A pinch of salt. You know, the seasoning is to your taste. So I don't use a lot, but I do use some. And this is, my wife, she likes a little bit finer pepper than I do. So that's why I use that already. If it was me, I'd be using freshly ground pepper. But I'm still looking for freshly ground pepper, to find one to do a grinder for that. I'm still looking. So if anybody knows of one, let me know. I'd appreciate it because I need to find one. Because freshly ground pepper is better than the stuff that you buy in the store. It's already been grated. This is parsley, just to put a little bit in there like that. I know some people use raw eggs to put in it to keep it firm. I don't do that, but you can if you wish. And then you get to play with your meat. Not everybody likes to play with their meat, but if you do, then you know, you can mix it with a spoon. You can, you know, put gloves on. And then I just incorporate it a little bit. So just get like that. And just let it sit for a minute, just because we need to, you know, let it kind of incorporate with each other, all the ingredients that you have. And we'll finish up with some gravy and over easy eggs, and we'll put the Loco Moco all together. Look forward to seeing you. Aloha. Aloha, folks. Right now we're gonna make some brown gravy. This is actually some beef broth, and I'm gonna use packets of brown gravy. You can use regular water if you wish. I just give it a little bit more flavor.
How much beef broth?
That's actually 2 cups. Just follow the directions, like using 1 cup of water. Instead of that, I use 1 cup per bag, which is 2 cups of chicken stock. You have to add a little bit of water to it because it's not quite 2 cups.
Chicken stock?
Beef stock. You can use chicken stock if you wish to. It's just basically just giving it a flavor, the stock, instead of using regular water. And then what I do before I turn the stove on is I kind of incorporate it.
What you using?
A whisk. And then I just put it on like 5. Your electric stove, medium for your gas, whatever kind of stove you have. Just make sure all your gravy powder is mixed up with the liquid, because you don't want lumps. And then what I do is just kind of let it go for a little while. You can put the lid on top. I don't, but you do have to keep your eye on it, because if you don't stir it and whisk it really well, then it does get very thick. So you do need to do that. Okay, but you bring it to a boil, let it simmer for a minute, and then let it go. We're gonna do, I love my grill pan. It's a cast iron grill pan. It's perfect for this dish. And I just wanted to mention that you don't have to use ground beef. You can use ground turkey. You can use ground pork. You can even use Portuguese sausage. I have a friend that has a restaurant on the big island of Hawaii, and she does a Loco Moco with Portuguese sausage. So, but basically you just make it into a patty, about medium, number 5 if you're using electric, medium if you're using gas, just depends on what you have. And then you just put it in your skillet. Make sure it's a little bit warm, because I have made a few. And I just press it down a little bit. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle, but basically that's what it is. You cook it for about 3 to 4 minutes per side, because you basically want to get some grill marks on it. And this is what it looks like when it's finished. You can come over here and take a look at it. I'm just letting it, because I'm using an 80-20 and I don't need all of the grease. So I put it on a paper towel in the container. And actually, to keep it warm, I'm going to put it in the oven on warm in one of my, I love these as well. Everybody should get these. These are actually pie tins. I use this a lot to keep food warm. And you're inexpensive, but come back and we'll put up the finished product. Aloha. Aloha, folks. And now we're going to assemble our Loco Moco. So I'm just going to add a little bit of butter, small frying pan. You know, just melt it a little bit. And I use butter. You don't have to. I don't like the margarine, but I cook with more butter than anything. But you can probably use oil if you want. So 2 farm fresh eggs. If you live in Hawaii, just go out your back door and get your own eggs out of the, you know, from the chicken. So you're just gonna put a cup. You're gonna make over easy eggs for this Loco Moco. Shell is optional in the eggs. Trust me, I get them in here. If you want to pre-crack it to be, you know, before you put it in the pan, you can do that as well. The temperature is about medium. So it'll look like that. I just add a little bit of sea salt to it. And freshly ground black pepper. So, and that's how it's going to look when it's cooking. Now, it took me a long time to do what I'm about to do, flip eggs in the pan. I've had people use this a spatula like this to help flip it over. That's how it becomes over easy, because you want to cook the other side. This is like sunny side up right now. But when you flip it or use this, if you use this, use a bigger pan. That way you have more area. I mean, if you break a yolk, it's home, so it doesn't really matter. You know, you stir it around. When it's like that, and you stir it around, that means the bottom is pretty much finished. So you kind of tilt it like that, and you flip your wrist a little bit, and then you let it cook for a little bit longer. And I will get a plate. Actually, this is a bowl. So you put rice. Make sure the paper towel's not on the rice scooper. I just add the rice. Okay, just like that. Then I get the hamburger patties. I just kept them warm in the oven that we made earlier. Just put it in like this, so it covers like that. Okay, the egg should be finished, and what you do is you flip it over again like this, so it's like that. And then you put the eggs over the hamburger. And then the gravy that I made earlier. If you don't like gravy, you can't, it's not a Loco Moco, but I know people that don't like brown gravy, so you can use ketchup on it. It's more like, you know, not Loco Moco. And then you just do the gravy to how much you like, because it really doesn't matter. So that should be pretty good, like that. And that's my version of the Loco Moco that I make. And if you want to be fancy, get a little bit of green onion and go like this, but you don't have to do that. So hopefully you like it, and look forward to seeing you again. And then this is Kimo from Kimo's Own Grinds. Aloha. Aloha, folks. Like this video and subscribe to my channel for notifications. Aloha.